Welcome to this ultimate CapCut PC tutorial. CapCut is a free and easy-to-use video editing software by ByteDance, known for its intuitive interface, powerful tools, and AI features. It offers amazing features and tools like cutting, transitions, effects, text, subtitles, and green screen, perfect for beginners and pros. Ideal for YouTube, TikTok, and social media editing, CapCut is available on PC, mobile, and online. In this tutorial, I'll take you from a complete beginner to a pro using CapCut PC. Whether you want to create YouTube videos, TikToks, or professional edits, this guide has got you covered. We'll start with the basics and gradually move into advanced techniques, including transitions, keyframes, masking, color grading, and more. Stay until the end to learn insider tips and tricks that will take your video editing skills to the next level. Let's get started. First, let's download and install CapCut PC. Open your web browser and go to the official CapCut website. And I am using Chrome for this tutorial, so just type CapCut.com. Then click on the download for free button, then wait for the installer to be downloaded. Once the download is complete, open the installer and follow the on-screen instructions. You might need to grant necessary permissions to install the software. After installation, open CapCut, and CapCut will analyze your computer to see if it will be able to run smoothly. So, click on New Project to start a new editing space. Now, let's explore the interface. This is the CapCut PC interface. The main workspace consists of 5 key areas. So, the first part is the Media and Effects panel. And in this panel, you have different tabs. First is the Media tab, where all imported files, including video clips, images, and audio files, are stored. And there is also the Audio tab, Text tab to add text to your project, Sticker tab for stickers, Effects tab for amazing video effects, Transition tab, Caption tab, Filters and Adjustment tab. Second is the Timeline, which is the main editing area where you arrange and edit clips. Then the Preview window, which is a real-time preview of your edits. The Toolbar, which has the essential tools you will use to edit your footages on the timeline. The Project Details and the Attributes section, which also have all the details of your project, and also if you select a footage on the timeline. It also reveals all the editing attributes in CapCut PC you can apply on the project you are editing. So, you can edit your video like scaling up the video, rotating and positioning it at where you want. And you can also edit your audios in the Audio tab, and can also edit the speed of your footage in the Speed tab, add custom animations to your footages in the Animations tab. And CapCut has a lot of animations to use for free. And lastly, adjust the colors of your videos using the Adjustment tab. And don't worry about all these, because I will show you how to use them later in the tutorial. Now let me show you how to import your footages to the Media panel and make some basic editing. To start editing, you need to import your files. You can simply drag and drop videos, images, and audio into the Media panel. Alternatively, click on Import, and this dialog will open for you to select the footage, and click on Open to be added to the Media panel. So, you can also do a lot of things on the Media panel before you even add it to the timeline. So let me show you how to make a pre-trim before adding to the timeline. So select the footage, then bring your cursor to the beginning of the footage, then click and drag to trim it. And you can also move the cursor to the end of the video and trim it from there too. So, you can drag and drop the footage to the timeline, or you can click on this plus icon here to add it to the timeline. And if you want to arrange the clips on the timeline, select the footage you want to move, then drag and drop it at where you want it to be. For better organization, it's good practice to rename files and arrange them into folders inside CapCut. This helps keep your project clean. Now, let's begin editing. To cut or trim clips, select the clip on the timeline, then move the playhead to where you want to make the split, and click the Split tool to make a split at where the playhead is. You can delete unwanted parts by selecting the unwanted clips and click on the delete icon to delete it, or press the delete key on the keyboard to delete it. And if you want to make a trim, first select the footage you want to trim, then place the mouse cursor on the edge of the footage, then the cursor will change to the trim icon, and all you will need to do is click and drag inward to make the trim. And you can also do it on the other side too. And if you want to make multiple splits at once, just press B on the keyboard, and the cursor will change into the split tool, which looks like a blade. So, move the split tool across the footage, and with one click, your footage will be splitted. So let me show you a simple trick I do when I use the split tool. So first I will press B on the keyboard, so I can use the split tool. Then I will come to this particular place, and select the turn on preview axis. So this will preview wherever you will place the cursor on the footage in the preview window, so you can see where you make your split, without moving the playhead. So, let's go through the other remaining tools on the toolbar. So first come and click on this arrow here, and you will see 4 tools. The first is the select tool. And the select makes you select clips and also move clips to anywhere you want on the timeline. The second is the split, and makes you split your footages using this blade icon. And as you can see, when the split is selected, I will not be able to move or select footages unless I change it to the select tool. Then third tool is the select leftward. So, if you click on it, the cursor changes into 2 arrows facing the left. With a simple click you will be able to select all footages on the left side of the arrow. So instead of highlighting all the footage, you can use to select leftward to select it, and you can move to anywhere you want. So, the next is the select rightward, and you can use to select all clips to the right of the footages on the timeline. But when using the select leftward and select rightward, it selects everything, so if you have text and effect, it will be selected. Now let's move to the toolbar. One is the undo, which will help you undo any changes you made on a project you are working on. So, if you mistakenly delete a footage in your project, with one click, the changes are back. The next tool is the redo, opposite to the undo. It redo any changes you have undo in the project. The next after the split tool is delete left. So, this will delete the footage on the left side of the playhead, and I use it a lot when editing. So, if I want to delete all this part of my video, I will place the playhead at this place, then click on the delete left to delete it. And the next tool is the delete right, which also delete part of the clip that is on the right side of the playhead. The next tool is the delete tool, to delete any selected file on the timeline. And this tool is the marker, so when you are editing and you decide to skip a particular place, you can place a marker there, so it will always remind you that location. The next tool is the freeze, which frees a particular frame of a selected footage. And next one is the reverse, lets you reverse selected footages. So, if you want to reverse a footage, first select the footage, then click on the reverse, so CapCut will reverse that footage for you. Then there is the mirror tool, makes you change the direction of your footage with one click. Then the rotate tool, make you rotate your footages, and the crop ratio tool, which make you crop some portion of your footage out. So, for the transcript and split scenes I will show you how to use them later in the tutorial. So let's jump to the other side of the toolbar. And the first tool is the voiceover. So with this you can easily record your voice over the project you are editing. So just click on it, then click here to start recording. The next tool is main track magnet, and if this tool is turned off, you can place footages at the place you want on the main track. But if you turn it on, it combines all footages together, leaving no spaces in between them. And then next tool is the auto snapping. When this tool is turned on, it gives you a form of guidance when moving your clips on the timeline. So the next tool is linkage, and when this is turned on, it links other files like the text and effects to footages on the main track. So let me add text to the timeline, then I will turn the linkage on. So if I try to move the footage where the text starts, it will automatically select the text while you are moving the footage. The next tool is the preview axis, and when this tool is turned on, you can preview any part of the project you are editing by hovering the mouse cursor on it. The next is the zoom to fit timeline, and this tool will stretch your footage across the timeline, no matter the duration of the project you are editing. And if you want to zoom in and zoom out on the timeline, you can use this slider to do just that. And all these tools have shortcuts that makes them easy to access these using keys on the keyboard. So just hover the cursor on it to reveal the shortcut. And also, you can come and click on shortcut here to reveal all shortcuts in CapCut PC. So, if you want to change, select the shortcut you want to change, then press on the key you want to replace with, follow the on-screen prompt, then click save. So let me show you 3 other features I use every time I am editing. So, the first tool on the preview window is this icon, so let's click on it. Then you will see this slider, and if you move it to the right, it zooms in the video you are editing on the preview window. And you can use this box here to navigate through the zoomed-in preview. And if you move the slider to the left, it zooms out the video you are editing on the preview. And the next tool helps you to change the aspect ratio you want to use. So if you are editing for TikTok or YouTube Shorts, you can change it to 9:16. And if you are creating long-form YouTube videos, you can use 16:9. So, you can use any aspect ratio you want depending on the platform you will be posting your videos. And the last tool gives us a full-screen preview of the project we are editing. So, you will be using all these features in every step of this tutorial. So, when you come to the timeline, there are some useful features you have to know. And the first one is the main track or the roll layer, which is this layer, which holds your main footages. And the second is the overlay track or the B-roll layer, which are layers above the main layer. So, the difference between a roll or the main track and a B-roll or overlay track is, the B-roll have the first priority over the A-roll. So if you place a B-roll footage on an A-roll footage, B-roll footage will rather be previewed over A-roll footage. And also, if you come to this side of the timeline, you will find these three icons, which the first one looks like a padlock. So this is the lock track, and it locks the track and won't be able to edit any clip on that layer. The second tool, which looks like an eye, and it's used to hide or show layer. And if you hide a particular layer, it won't be previewed on the preview window. And the last one is mute, which mutes any audio on that track. So, if you select your footage, you can make your footages bigger using the scale slider, and you can position it at where you want using the position on the X or Y axis. Then you can rotate your clips to any degrees you want, using rotate, and alternatively, you can also achieve all this on the preview window. So if you want to increase or decrease the size of your clip, you can use this dot on each corner of the footage to do that. So click and drag inward or outward, and as you can see, this icon is the rotate icon. So if you want to rotate the clip, you use this. And you can also click and drag your footage to anywhere you want. And I think this is much easier to use, but if you want a precise location, then you can use the one on the attribute panel. So in the next section, we'll cover everything about audio in CapCut, so you will learn how to add audio, edit, and enhance audio in CapCut to make your videos more engaging. And when it comes to importing and adding audios to your projects, there are 3 ways to go about this. First one is using CapCut's built-in audio library. Second is importing your own musics and sound effect. And the last one is extracting audios from a video file. So, let's dive into each one. Method 1. Using CapCut's built-in music library. Click on Audio from the top menu. Browse through CapCut's free soundtracks and sound effects you want to use in your video. And you can also search for the song or sound effect you want in the search bar. And before you can use them, click on the download button to download it. Then drag and drop the audio onto the timeline. Method 2. Importing your own music or sound effects. First go to Media. Click Import, then select your audio file you want to use in your project. Then click on Open and it will be added to the Media panel. Then drag and drop to the timeline, or you can just click on the plus icon to add it to the timeline. Method 3. Extracting audio from a video. Import the video file you want to use the audio into CapCut. Then add it to the timeline. Right-click on the video clip on the timeline. Then select Extract Audio, and this will separate the audio and place it on the audio track. So, you can use all these steps to add sound effects to your projects, and CapCut has a lot of sound effects you can use for free in your editing projects. Once the audio is added to the timeline, you can edit it for a better listening experience. So let me show you how you can cut, trim and split your audio. First, select the audio clip on the timeline. Use the split tool to cut the audio at any point. And if I want to delete that part, I will just press on the delete key on the keyboard to delete it. And if you want to trim your audio, just drag the ends of the audio clip to trim it. And also you can apply all the splitting and cutting techniques I showed you early, like the delete left and delete right when editing your audio. So when you select the audio clip on the timeline, then go to the Attributes panel, you can see there are a lot of editing attributes to use on the audio. And the first one is volume. So you can adjust the volume slider to increase or decrease the loudness of your audio. And the next is the fade in and fade out. Use fade in and fade out sliders to create a gradual increase or decrease of the volume of your audio, either at the beginning or at the end of the audio clip. So you will have other audio attributes you can apply on your audio, like the normalized loudness, which set you audios at a certain volume to suit your project. And also, if you have voiceover audios, which I will show you how to add voiceovers in a bit, you can use the Enhance Voice feature to enhance the voice, and also the Reduce Noise reduces all background noise in your voiceovers. So, talking about voiceover, CapCut allows you to record and edit voiceovers directly. So first click on the voiceover icon, which looks like a microphone, so the voiceover panel will open, then you can select the microphone you will be using here. Also set the volume to the volume you want, but I will stick to the default setting. And if you have an audio file already on the project, you can mute it to avoid any distraction when recording, and also check the Enhance Audio. Then when you are done, click on this red button to start recording. After recording, click here to stop and close the voiceover panel. And the voiceover will appear on a new audio track for further editing. So, you can trim your voiceover, make a split, and delete wanted parts of the voiceover. So you can edit your audios just like how I showed you to edit your videos. Pro tips for better audio editing. Use royalty-free music to avoid copyright issues like Epidemic Sound and Pixabay. Keep background music at lower volume to avoid overpowering voiceovers. Cut unnecessary pauses in voiceovers for a smoother flow. So see you in the next tutorial, where we will discuss about how to use text in CapCut. Now let's move on to adding text and subtitles in CapCut PC. Adding text, captions, and subtitles in CapCut PC can enhance engagement, provide context, and make videos more professional. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to 1. Add and customize text overlays. 2. Use animated text effects. 3. Create subtitles automatic and manual. 4. Adjust text properties for a professional look. CapCut allows you to add text directly onto your video that you are editing on the timeline. So if you want to add a text, first, click on the Text tab from the top menu. Then you will see this default text here, so you can just drag and drop it to the timeline, or you can click on this plus icon to add it to the timeline. So, after adding the text to the timeline, you can click and drag anywhere you want on the timeline. And with text you can increase the duration to any duration you want. You can make split and even trim them just like the footages. So, if you want to trim, move the mouse cursor to the edge of the text, and it will change to the trim icon. Then drag inward if you want to make a trim, and drag outward if you want to increase the duration of the text. And you can do it on both sides, depending on where your text is placed. So now let's customize our text, and first you need to select the text first, then go to the Attributes panel, and at this place, type the text you want. And first we will start from font, so click on it. Then choose any font you want from CapCut's library. So, all you need is click on the download button, and the font will be downloaded. Then apply them to your text. Then let's move to font size. So you can use this slider to increase or decrease the font size. Or another method is drag this dot on the corner of the text box on the preview window to increase or decrease the size of the text. And you can make your text bold, underline it, and make it look italic. And also, you can also make it uppercase, lowercase, or title case. You can also change the color of the text here, so click on it. Then this color window will pop up, and you can use any color you want. And all these editing formatting tools can be applied to your text. And CapCut even have preset text style you can even use for free. And you can even give your text an outline by using the stroke feature, so scroll down till you find stroke. Then click on this box to check it, so you can apply it to your text. Now you can change the color of your stroke here. And also, play around with the settings until you get what you want. And if you want to add background to your text, use the background feature to add backgrounds to the text, and you can also change the color to any color you want. And even make the text curve by using the curve feature. so you can play around with this slider to get the exact curve you want. So each attribute has its own settings. You can play around it to get what you want. So, let's add some animation to our text. And CapCut has built-in text animations that you can use on the text. Select the text layer on the timeline, then click on the animation tab here. And CapCut animation has 3 categories. The first one is the in animation, and this shows how text appears, and CapCut has a lot of them here to use for free. The second is the out animation, which show how text disappears, and CapCut has a lot of them here, so try them on your text and let me know which one is your favorite. And the last one is loop animation. This is a continuous movement of the animation you applied on the text. So after adding animation to your text, come to this particular place. You can use the slider to decrease or increase the speed of the animation you used. So as you can see in animation, it always starts at the beginning of the slider. Out animation is also at the end of the slider, and loop animation is in the middle of the slider. Adding subtitles makes videos more accessible and engaging. And there are 2 methods in doing this. First is using CapCut's built-in AI to generate the subtitles, and the second is manually doing it yourself. Method 1. Auto-generated subtitles AI. CapCut has an auto caption feature that detects speech and generates subtitles. Click on the text tab. Then select auto captions, or you can click on caption tab here. Now select the language your speech is in, then click generate. CapCut will transcribe the video or the audio for you. Review and edit any mistakes in the subtitles. So go to the attributes panel and click on caption. And here you can review and edit any mistake. And you can edit it just the way you edit text, like resize, changing the font, color, and all the tools here can be used on the caption. You can even add animation to your caption, so go to animation, and you can add any animation you want to the caption, and CapCut has a special animations tab you can use on your caption only. Pro tip: auto captions work best with clear audio and minimal background noise. And also, when editing your caption, take note of this apply to all. If this is checked, every editing format you will apply to one caption will affect all. So, if you want to add editing effects to a particular caption, uncheck it first before you add them. Method 2. Manually adding subtitles. If the auto captions are inaccurate, you can add subtitles manually. Or if your video doesn't have a speech but wants to add subtitles, you can use the manual method. And if you want to do that, go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Then type the subtitle for the first scene. Drag the text layer on the timeline to match the dialogue, then add another text to the timeline, and type for the second scene. Repeat for each line of dialogue. Pro tips for better text and subtitles. Keep subtitles 1 to 2 lines max per scene for easy reading. Use sans serif fonts, for example, Arial, Montserrat for easy reading. Keep subtitles concise, avoid long sentences. Place subtitles in the lower third of the video for a clean look. Use contrasting colors to ensure readability against any background. And wait, I am not going to leave you hanging after this tutorial. So in the next video, I am going to show you step by step to create 10 amazing text effects in CapCut to use it your videos for free. In this video, I am going to show you 10 amazing text effects you can create in CapCut PC. 1. Text glow. First, go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Now type the name you will be using here. Change the font and resize to fit the screen. So we'll add some animation to the text, so go to animation, then select any animation you want. So I will also add some loop animation to the text, so go to loop and add any animation you want. Now scroll down to glow, then check this box to use the glow effect. So as you can see, our glow effect has been applied. So with the glow, if you change the color of the text, the color of the glow will also change. Now go to glow again, and you can use the intensity and the range slider to customize the glow effect to how you want. And this is how to make your text glow in CapCut PC. 2. Text reflection. First, go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Now type what you want here. Change the font to any font you want, and resize it a bit. Now make a duplicate of the text, and place it under your main text. Then make the duplicated clip a compound clip. So right-click and click on Create Compound Clip. Now use the rotating icon to rotate the text to -180 degrees. Now click on the mirror icon, and place it under the main text. Select the compound clip, then under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Split Mask. Now rotate your mask 180 degrees. Then add some feathering to create the reflection effect. Now let's add some animation to our text, so you can use any animation that you want. 3. Video inside text. First go to CapCut library and add a white background to the timeline, but you can use any background you want. Now go to text and add a default text to the timeline, then extend the text to match the background. Now type what you want. Then change the color to green. So you can change the font and resize the text to fit the screen. Highlight your background and text, then right-click and create a compound clip. Now add your background to the timeline, then trim it to match your text. Now under Video tab go to Remove Background. Select Chroma key and use the color picker to select the green text to remove it. Now set the intensity to 34 and shadow to 56. So this is how to create a video inside text effect in CapCut. 4. Text wipe. First add your video to the timeline. Then go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Type the name you want and change the font. Now resize the text and position it in the middle. So you can edit the text like changing the color, adding shadow and stroke. Now right-click on the text and select Create Compound Clip. So this is our video. Now make a duplicate of the video and place it on top of the text. Then go to Remove Background and select Auto Removal to remove the background. So wait for the background to be removed. Now under Video, go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Split Mask. Now rotate the mask 90 degrees and move it to where the objects start. Now scroll down to Mask Settings and add a keyframe on Mask Settings. Now adjust the mask to follow the person. So this is how to create a text wipe effect in CapCut. 5. Text behind object. First add your video to the timeline. Go to text and add a default text to the timeline, and extend it to match the background video. Type what you want and change the font to any font you want. Now resize the text and place it on your person object. So I will also change the color. Now you can add some animation to the text, so go to Animation and add any animation you want. Now make a duplicate of the footage and place it on top of the text. And then go to Remove Background and select Auto Removal. Now wait for the background to be removed. And this is how to place a text behind object in CapCut. 6. Text Reveal Effect. First add the footage to the timeline. Go to text and add a default text to the timeline, and extend it to match the video. Now type what you want, and change the font to any font you want. Resize your text a bit, so you can change the color or even add shadow and stroke. Make a duplicate of the video and place it on the text. Now go to Remove Background and select Auto Removal to remove the background. Wait for a while for the background to be removed. Now right-click on the text and click on Create Compound Clip. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Split. Now rotate the mask -90 degrees and move it to where the person objects start. Scroll down and add your first keyframe on Mask Settings. Now adjust the mask to follow the person object. And this is how to create a text reveal in CapCut. 7. Cinematic text reveal. First, go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Type your text here and change the font to any font you want. Resize your text a bit. Now right-click on the text and create a compound clip. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask, and select Film Strip. Now rotate the mask diagonally, close it up a bit and add some feathering to the mask. Move the mask to the left upper corner. Scroll down to Mask Settings, then add a keyframe. Now move the play forward a bit, then move your mask to the right. Move the playhead forward again, then move the mask to the middle. Move the playhead forward again, then open the mask until all the text is showing. So this is our video, but the animation isn't right, so let's make it right. Move the playhead to the second keyframe, then adjust the mask to how you want. Then go to the third keyframe and do same to it. So do same for the rest of the keyframes. And this is how to create cinematic text reveal in CapCut PC. 8. Text tracking. First, add your video to the timeline. Now go to text and add a default text to the timeline, then extend the text to match the video. Type the name here and select the font you want to use. So I will position my text here, then change the color so you can use any color you want. Now click on Tracking on the Attributes panel and select Motion Tracking. So position this yellow box on the object you want to track. Then click on Start. So wait for a while for CapCut to process the video. And this is how to create this text tracking in CapCut PC, and you can track different things, like stickers, so try it and let me know in the comment section. 9. Text following. First, add your video to the timeline. Then go to Text, add a text to the timeline, then extend the text to match the video. Now type what you want here, and I will also change the font. Then resize it a bit. Now move the text to the left. Then move the playhead to where the person start walking in the video. Then under Basic, scroll down to Position and add your first keyframe. Now move the playhead forward bit by bit, and move the text to follow the person. And CapCut will automatically add a keyframe for you. So this will create the text following effect. You can also change the color of the text to the color you want. "10. Flicker text. First, go to Text and add a default text to the timeline, then extend to the duration you want. Now type the name you want to use, so I will type Fusion. Then change the font and resize the text a bit. Now come to this place and select Turn on Preview Axis. Then we are going to make multiple splits, so press B on the keyboard to use the split tool. Now make as many splits as you want. Then when you are done, delete some of the split, but do it the way I have done mine. So you can make as many split as you want, depending on the duration you want. So now this our video, but it's very slow. So to fix that, you can move the text close to each other, or select all the text, right-click and create a compound clip. Now go to Speed, then increase the speed of the compound footage. And this is how to create this amazing text flicker effect in CapCut. So now let's talk about effects and transition, and I am going to show you how to add effects and transitions when editing. But first, let's understanding the difference between effects and transitions. What are effects? Effects are visual enhancements applied to individual clips to create unique styles. And in CapCut there are 3 types of effects. So, when you click on Effect, you will see video effects and body effect. Video effects add effects like blur, glitch, glow, and distortion to the whole video, and body effects are special effects that track and follow a person in a video. Then there are filters which change the overall color and tone of a clip. And lastly, the adjustment effect, which help modify brightness, contrast, and saturation of the footages you are editing. So, if you want to add effects to your videos, click on the clip you want to apply an effect. Then go to the Effects tab on the left panel. Now, choose between video effects and body effects. So I want to blur the footage. So if you find the blur effect, then click on the download button to download it. Then drag your effect and place it on top of the footage you want to apply it to. And you can drag the edge to trim or increase the duration of the effect. And you can also adjust the effect to how you want here. And if you want to add filters to your videos, click on the Filter tab. So, if you find the effect you want to use, click on the download button to download it. Then drag your filter and place it on top of the footage you want to apply it to. And you can drag the edge to trim or increase the duration of the filter. And you can also adjust the filter to how you want here. And if you want to adjust the colors of your footages. And in CapCut there are two ways to do that. The first one is applying the adjustment directly to the footage, and the second one is adding an adjustment overlay, then adjust the colors of the overlay. So, let's begin with the first one, adjust the footage directly. So first select the footages you want to adjust, then come to adjustment here, so you can adjust the exposure, saturation, highlight, using the slider under them. And the second method, click on Adjustment on the Media panel. Then drag and drop a custom adjustment to the timeline. Now come to the Adjustment Settings panel, then adjust your footage to how you want. And you can also split and trim your custom adjustment. And also extend them to any duration you want. And also, if you decide not to use any adjustment, you can delete it from the timeline. Pro tip: use subtle effects to maintain a professional look. Overusing effects can make videos look cluttered. Now let's move on to transitions. So what are transitions? Transitions are used between two clips to create smooth scene changes. And CapCut has a lot of transition styles you can use in your projects. Now let me show you how to apply transitions. So first place the playhead in the middle of two clips, then go to transition. So, there are a lot of transitions here to use, so just click on the plus icon to edit at where your playhead is, or you can drag and drop it at where you want to apply the transition. And now you can use this slider to increase or decrease the speed of the transition. So try the transitions and let me know your favorite in the comment section. Pro tip: use fast transitions 0.5 to 1 second for high energy edits, and longer fades 1 to 2 seconds for cinematic transitions. Best practices for professional editing: use effects sparingly. Too many effects can make a video look unprofessional. Use smooth transitions, fades and dissolves work well for cinematic videos. Match effects to the video theme. Glitch effects suit tech videos, while soft fades work well for vlogs. So now let's move to keyframing, and I am going to show you what it is, what it's used for, where to find it, and how to use keyframe to create seamless animation. So first, what are keyframes? A keyframe is a marker used in animation and video editing to define the starting and ending points of an effect or motion. It helps create smooth transitions and animations by setting specific values at different points in time. And in CapCut, keyframes can be identified by their diamond shape on most of the editing features you can use in your editing project. And every editing feature that has this diamond beside it means you can create an animation using keyframes on that feature. So, let's create a practical example for you to understand keyframing. So I am going to create a zoom in text effect. So first go to text and let's add a default text to the timeline. So I will type Fusion here. Then change the font also. So I will scale it down a bit. Now place the playhead to where you want the animation to start from. So I want mine to start from the beginning. Then under basic scroll to transform. Then I will add my first keyframe on scale. Then move the playhead to where you want the animation to end. So I will move the playhead to the end to the text. Then I will scale my text to be a lot bigger. And CapCut will automatically add a keyframe at that particular place for you. And this will create a text zoom in effect using keyframes. And with keyframes you can move them and position them at where you want. So, if you want the animation to be fast, move the keyframes close to each other. And if you want the animation to be slow, you move the keyframes away from each other. So, let's go deep into keyframe animation in CapCut PC. So I am going to show you how you can control the speed and smoothness of animations by adjusting the easing between keyframes. This helps create more natural motion effects instead of robotic transitions. So, I will right-click on the text, then click on Hide Variable Speed Animation, and the speed animation will pop up. Now select any of the keyframes, so I will select the second keyframe. And if you come to this side, you will see these small icons here. The first one is the preset curve, and it contains varieties of already built-in keyframe speed animations for you to use. Some examples are ease in, which the speed of the animation starts slow, then speeds up, ease out, which the speed of the animation starts fast, then slows down. So, there are a lot of preset curves you can try here. And if you don't want to use the preset curves, I will show you how to create your own. The second is linear. The default motion is linear, meaning the animation moves at a constant speed. Then third is the auto curve, and when you click on auto curve, CapCut will create its own speed curve for you. The fourth is one of my favorite, free curve, and with this you can adjust the speed to how you want it. So, click on it, then you can use this bar to create the speed animation you want by dragging it to anywhere that you want. But I strongly recommend that use the preset curve to make things a lot easier for you. So in the next section, I am going to show you 10 amazing effects you can create using keyframes in CapCut PC. 1. Zoom in. First, add your footage to the timeline. Then I will trim my video a bit. Now place the playhead at where you want your zoom in to start. Then go to Basic and add a keyframe on scale. So click on this diamond icon to add your keyframe. Now move the playhead to where you want the animation to end. Then scale up your video a bit. So this will create this zoom in animation. And I want my animation to be a bit fast, so I will move my second keyframe close to the first one. Now right-click on the video and select Show Keyframe Animation. Then select the second keyframe and click on Preset Curve, so you can use any curve you want to use. And also adjust it to how you want. So this is how to create this zoom in animation using keyframes in CapCut. 2. Zoom out. So place the playhead to where you want the zoom out animation to start. Then add your keyframe on scale. So I will move my playhead to where I want the animation to end. Then I will scale down my video. And this will create the zoom out animation. So you can also add some keyframe animation to the video to make it professional. 3. Color shift. First, add your video to the timeline. Then move the playhead to where you want the animation to start. So I will place my here. Then go to Adjustment and scroll down to Saturation. So I have the keyframe looks disabled. Just move the slider back and forth and they will be ready to use. So let's add our first keyframe on saturation. Then move the playhead a bit forward. Then move the saturation slider to -50. And this will turn our video in black and white. So this is our color shift animation using keyframes. And if you want to add more adjustment properties to the animation, then place the playhead on the first keyframe. Then add keyframes on the properties you want to use. Then move to the second keyframe. Then adjust the colors. And this will create the color shift animation. So you can add speed animations to it if you want, so play around with the speed animation till you get what you want. 4. Text tracking. First, add your video to the timeline. Then go to Text and add a default text to the timeline. Then extend it to match your video. Now type anything you want, so I will type dancer. Then change the font, color and place the text at where you want. So if you use motion tracking to make the text track the object, it won't be successful because of the video. So let me show you how to use keyframes to make text tracking animation. So under the Text tab, scroll down to Transform, and click on the keyframe icon. to add your first keyframe on transform. So transform keyframe automatically selects the scale, position and rotate keyframes. Zoom in on your video on the timeline. Then move the playhead bit by bit and adjust the text to follow the object, and every time you move the text, CapCut will automatically add a keyframe there for you. And this is how to create a text tracking effect using keyframes in CapCut. 5. Text reveal. First, add your video to the timeline. And this is the video I will be using. So I will trim this part of. Now go to text, then add a default text to the timeline, and extend it to match your video. So I will type keyframe here. Then change the font, and resize it a bit. You can change the color to any color you want. Then make a duplicate of the video and place it on top of the text. Now under the video tab, go to remove background, and select auto removal to remove the background of the video. So wait for a while for the background to be removed. Now move the playhead to where the person touched the start of the text. Then right-click on the text and create a compound clip. Now go to Mask, click on Add Mask, and select Split Mask. Now rotate it -90 degrees, then place it on the object. Now scroll down to Mask Settings, then click on the diamond icon to add your first keyframe. Now move the playhead forward and adjust the mask to reveal the text. And this is how to create text reveal using keyframes in CapCut. 6. Text wipe. So for the text wipe effects, just delete the text. Then add another text to the timeline. Then place it in between the two videos and extend it to match the duration of the videos. So I will type text wipe. Then change the font, color and resize it a bit. Now move the playhead to where the person touched the start of the text. Then right-click on the text and create a compound clip. Now go to Mask, click on Add Mask, and select Split Mask. Now rotate it 90 degrees, then place it on the object. Now scroll down to Mask Settings, then click on the diamond icon to add your first keyframe. Now move the playhead forward and adjust the mask to create the text wipe effects. And this is how to create text wipe effect using keyframes in CapCut. 7. Volume
and green
adjustment.
screen perfect for beginners.
First, add your video and an audio to the timeline.
Welcome to this ultimate CapCut PC tutorial. CapCut is a free and easy-to-use video editing software by
You can adjust the volume of the audio. So from this point, I want the volume of the audio to decrease gradually. So I will select my audio. Then add my first keyframe on volume. Then I will move the playhead forward. Then use the volume slider to decrease the volume. So this will create a slow decrease of the volume of your audio.
and tools like cutting, transitions, effects, text, subtitles, and green screen perfect for beginners.
And if you want the volume to start increasing again, move the playhead forward. Then increase the volume. So you can do as many as you want. 8. Fake camera movement. So I will add my video to the timeline. So this is a still video I downloaded from Pixabay. So I will place the playhead at the beginning of the video. Then scale up your video a bit, and I will move mine to the right. Now add your first keyframe on position, then move the playhead to where you want the animation to end. Then move the video to the left. And this will create a fake camera movement animation. So I want the animation to be slow, so I will move my second keyframe to the end of the video. And this is how to create fake camera movement in CapCut. 9. Map animation. So I have my map on the timeline. Now add a default text to the timeline and extend the duration to match the map footage. Go to the text area and type dash, as many as you can. Then position it between the countries. Now scroll down to curve, select curve, and use the slider till you get the curve you want. So I will delete some of the dash. So I will zoom in on the preview window a bit. Then right-click on the text, then select Create Compound Clip. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask, then select Split Mask. Now move the mask below the dash line, then rotate your mask until it's not visible. Now scroll down and add your first keyframe on Mask Settings. Then move the playhead to where you want the animation to end. Then rotate the mask to reveal the line. And you can move the second keyframe to the first one if you want the animation to be fast. Now I will add the plain footage to the timeline. Resize it and place it at where the lines start. Now under Basic, add a keyframe on Transform. Now move the playhead bit by bit, and adjust the plane on the line. And this will create this simple map animation. You can also go through your footage and make all the necessary adjustment. Blur object. So I will add my video to the timeline. Then make a duplicate of the video. Now go to Effect and add a blur effect to the duplicated footage. Use the slider to adjust the intensity of the blur effect. Then go to Mask. Click on Add Mask and select Circle Mask. Resize and position the mask on where you want to blur. Scroll down to Feathering and adjust it also. Now add your first keyframe on Mask Settings. Then adjust the mask while you move the playhead forward bit by bit. And this is how to blur a particular object using keyframes in CapCut. In this section I am going to show you how you can use mask in CapCut PC, and I am going to tell you what masking is, and where to find the mask to use for your videos. Masking is a powerful feature in CapCut PC that allows you to hide or reveal specific parts of a video, image, or text. It's commonly used for effects like split screens, clone effects, text reveals, and smooth transitions. So for you to use the mask feature, first import your footage to the timeline, then go to the Video tab, then select Mask. So if you are using the old version of CapCut, you can just select the mask you want to use, but for the new version, before you can select any of the mask, you have to click on Add Mask first, and by default rectangle mask will be selected, then you can change it to any mask you want. So, in all, CapCut has 9 masks and I am going to show you what each one does. The first one is the split mask, and this creates a straight split effects, and this mask can be used to create a split screen effect. And as you can see, there are 2 icons on the mask, so this is used to rotate the mask to any degree you want. And this is used to feather the edges so the footage can blend in. So, the second mask is the film strip. And this can be used to create animations like the cinematic black bar opening. And unlike the split, which only cover one side of the footage, the film strip covers both ends of the video. And as you can see, the film strip also has the rotate button and the feathering button. And you can click and grab here to open up or close to mask. Then the third one is the circle mask, which makes a circular cutout and can use it to create effects like around webcam footage. Then the fourth is the rectangle mask, which also creates a rectangular shape cutout. And for the rectangle mask, you can use this feature here to create a round corner. So click and drag to create a rounded corner on the rectangle mask. Star mask, which creates a star-shaped mask. Heart mask, which shapes the mask like a heart. So, whenever you select a particular mask, and you scroll down, you will find all this mask settings here you can apply to the mask. And every setting of the mask may vary, so you can use the position to position your mask on the Y-axis or the X-axis. Then use the rotate setting to rotate the mask, and the size to increase the size of your mask. Or, when you come to the preview window, you can click and drag the mask to where you want to mask out. You can also use these dots on the mask to increase or decrease the size of mask. And also add feathering to the mask using the feathering tool on the preview window. And you can use this reverse tool to reverse the mask. And as I said earlier, anywhere you will find this diamond shape icon, which is the keyframe, then you can create a keyframe animation. And now the 3 newly introduced masks in CapCut PC, which is the text mask, brush mask and the pen mask. So, for the brush mask you will use the brush to paint over the object you want to mask out, then you will wait for CapCut to process and mask out the object for you. And when you scroll down to mask settings, you can increase the brush size using the size slider, add some feathering to the mask using the feather slider. You can also expand the mask using the expansion slider. And if you want to erase some selected parts you don't want, you can use the quick erase or the erase tool. So you select it and brush over the selected part you want to erase, and it will be removed. And if you want to use the brush tool again, you just click on the quick brush tool, then you are good to go. And the pen mask makes you trace and outline around the object you want to mask out. And after tracing your object, scroll down to mask setting, and you can use the feather slider to add some feathering, and use the expansion slider to expand the area you have select. The last mask is the text mask, and this lets you mask any text to the footages on the timeline. And when you scroll down, you will find all these settings here to use. But don't worry for now, I am going to show you step by step what you can create with each of the mask. And last but not the least, if you want to add another mask, you will click on Add Mask, then you select the mask you want to use. Then you adjust it to your needs using the mask settings, or using the preview window tools. So let's move to the tutorial. 1. Split screen. So I will be using this to videos, so add one to the timeline. Now position where you want to appear in the video on the preview window, so I will move mine to the left a bit. Now add the second video to the timeline. Then I will trim my videos. Then move my video to the right a bit. Now under the video tab, go to mask, click on Add Mask, then select Split. Now rotate it 90 degrees and position the mask in the middle. Select your other video and do same. So you can leave space in between your videos. And as you can see, our split screen has been created, and you can also change the color of the space in the videos. First select the video on the main layer, then go to Basic. Scroll down to Canvas, select the drop-down menu, and click on Color. Now you can use any color that you want. And this is how to use the split mask to create a split screen effect. 2. Text reflection. First go to text and add a default text to the timeline. Type anything you want here. So I will type frames. Then change the font and resize my text a bit. Now make a duplicate of your footage. Then move the text and place it under the other text. So I will zoom in on the preview window. Then rotate the text negative 180 degrees. Now right-click on the duplicated text and create a compound clip. Now go to the toolbar and click on Mirror to turn the text horizontally. So let's zoom out on the preview window. Now go to Video, click on Mask, then click on Add Mask, and select Split Mask. Now move the mask and place it in between the text. Now drag the feathering icon to add some feathering to the mask. And this will create a text reflection effect. So you can move the text a bit closer to look more realistic. 3. Cinematic black bar. Add your video to the timeline. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, then click on Mask, then select Film Strip. So open up the mask a bit. Scroll down to Mask Settings, then add your first keyframe. Now move the playhead to where you want the animation to end. Then open up the mask till it disappears. And this will create this black bar effect. Now move a couple of frames forward, then go to Mask Settings and add a keyframe. Then close up the mask. And this is how to create the black cinematic bar effect using Film Strip Mask in CapCut. 4. Shiny text effects. First let's add a default text to the timeline. Then type anything you want, so I will type frames. Then I will change the foot and resize the text a bit. Now go to color and change the color to any color you want. Then make a duplicate of the text. Now select the duplicated text, go to Color, then select a lighter shade of the color you selected. Then right-click and create a compound create. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask, and select Film Strip. Rotate the mask diagonally and add some feathering to the mask. Now move the mask all the way to the left. Then scroll down to Mask Setting, then add your first keyframe. Move the playhead a couple of frames forward. Then move the mask to the right. And this will create this shiny text effect. So I want my animation to be long, so I will move the second keyframe away from the first keyframe. 5. Round corners. So let's add our video to the timeline. Now under the Video tab, go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Rectangle Mask. Now resize the mask to fit the screen, but leave some space around the mask. Now scroll down to Round Corner. Then use the slider to create the round corner. If you want to change the background color, go to Basic and scroll to Canvas. Click on the drop-down menu, select Color, and you can change it to any color you want. 6. Round webcam. First, add your video to the timeline. Now go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Circle Mask. So I will position my mask on the face of the person. And before you can move the footage, first click on Basic. Then you can move it to anywhere you want. Now scroll to Canvas, select the drop-down menu and select Color, and you can use any color you want. Now you can resize the footage and place it at anywhere you want. 7. Overlay transition. I will be using this to videos, so I will add the first video to the timeline. Then add the next video on top. Now go to Mask, click on Add Mask, then select either the heart or the star mask. Now scroll to Mask Settings and click on the reverse icon. Now decrease the size of the mask. Move the playhead to where you want the animation to start. Then scroll down to Size and add your first keyframe. And move the playhead forward. Then increase the size of the mask to fill the screen. And you can add feathering to the mask if you want to. And this will create an amazing masking transition using the heart and star mask. 8. Video inside text. First, add your video to the timeline. Then go to Mask, click on Add Mask and select Text Mask. So scroll down a bit and type what you want here. So I will type Fusion. You can also change the font, then resize the text. So as you can see, our video has been masked into the text. So if you want to place a different video as background, scroll to Mask Settings and click on the reverse icon. Now move the footage to the next layer. Then add the second video to the timeline. And as you can see, we have one video as the background, and one video masked into the text. 9. Change background. So add your video to the timeline. Then go to Mask, click on Add Mask, and select Brush Mask. Now scroll down to Mask Settings, so you can use the brush size slider to increase the size of the brush. Then when you are done, draw over the object. Then wait for CapCut to process your selection for you. So if you have selected part you want to erase, you can use the Quick Erase or the Erase tool to do that. So select it and brush over that place and it will be removed. So the process take a bit of time, so wait for it to be completed. And as you can see, all the background has been cleared. So you can add a different background if you want. And just like that, I have been able to change the background. 10. Screen replacement. So I will be using this footage for this tutorial. So go to Mask, click on Add Mask, then select the pen mask. Now use the pen mask to mask at the object. And also, You can adjust the mask using the points. So just click and drag, then place it at where you want. Now go to Mask Settings and click on the reverse icon. Now move your footage to the next layer. Now add your second footage to the timeline, and adjust the footage to fit the screen. And with the pen mask we have replaced the screen. So this is how to use mask in CapCut. So in this section, I'm going to show you how you can remove the backgrounds of any video or any footage in CapCut. So in CapCut, there are 3 ways to remove the background of your footage. The first one is the auto remover. The second one is the custom remover. And the third one is the chroma key. Using the chroma key to remove any background from your footage. So let's get into the video. So the first one, which is the auto removals. The auto remover allows you to remove any background from a person object. So let's say I have this video. So I will just drag and drop it to my timeline. If you want to remove the background from this person object, you go to remove background, which is also under the video tab. So you click on it, then you select auto remover. So you wait for a while for CapCut to remove the background for you. So as you can see, our background has been removed. And also, if you want to replace the background with a video that you have, all you need to do is move the main video to the overlay layer. Then you can add your footage that you want to use as the background. Then scale it up on the preview window. And now just like that, I have been able to change the background of my video. And also, if you want to use a solid color for the background, so let me show you how to do that. So let's delete this video from the main timeline. Then you move this particular video. Then move the video back to the main layer. Then go to Basic. Then you scroll down to Canvas. So you select Canvas. Then you click on this drop-down menu. Then you select Color. Then you can change it to any color that you want to use for the background. So the second one is the custom remover, which allows you to remove the background of complex objects, like cars, even houses. So let me show you how to do that. So I have this footage that I will be using, so I will just import it to the timeline. Then you go to remove background. Then you select custom remover. So as you can see, we have 3 icons here. The first one is the smart brush. The second one is the smart eraser. The third one is the eraser. So what you need to do is to select the smart brush. Then you can increase the size using the size slider. Then what you need to do is to draw over the object that you want to remove the background. Then you will wait for a while for CapCut to process your selection for you. So as you can see, our selection has been processed. And also, if you want to make an additional selection, what you need to do, you can come to this particular place. You click on it. Then you zoom into that particular place you want to make the selection. Then you come back to select the smart brush. Then you can brush over that particular place that you want to select. You can also reduce the size. Then brush over the place that you want to select. And also, if you want to erase some parts of the selection, you can use the smart eraser to do just that. So you select it, then you erase all those parts off by brushing over those places. So you can also use the eraser or dot. So when you are done, just wait for CapCut to process your selection for you. And when CapCut is done processing the selection, you come and click on Apply here. And as you can see, the background has been removed. So you can change the background. Just move it to the next layer, then drag your background to do it. And as you can see, the background has been replaced. You can also delete the background. Move your footage onto the main layer. Go to Basic, scroll down to Canvas. Select, then drop down and click Color. Then you can change it to any color that you want. This is how you can use the custom remover to remove background from complex objects. So let me show you the last one, which is the chroma key. So let's say you have a green screen just like this, and you want to remove the green screen. All you need to do is add it to the timeline, then go to remove background. Scroll to chroma key, then click on this box to check the chroma key, so that you'll be able to use it. Then move the mask guzzer to select the green. As you can see, it has been removed. But you can see some green color around our person. So if you want to remove that, just go to intensity, then play around with the intensity until all the green has been removed. Now, as you can see, our green screen has been removed, and you can replace the background with any background that you want. so you can just edit to the timeline. Then, scale it up on the preview window to fit the screen. So this is how to remove backgrounds in CapCut PC. So when you're done editing, and you want to export your video, what you need to do first is to go to Export. So you come and click on Export here. So now you can come to Name. Then you can rename your project here. So let me rename it, Remove Background. And also you can change the location that you want to. Save your project here. So just click on this for the icon here. Then you can select the location that you want. You can also change the resolution here to any resolution that you want. You can change the beat rate, the format, and also the frame rate. So when you are done with all these settings, then you come and click on Export. Then your video will be exported. And also in CapCut, you can export just only the audio of your project. So let me show you how. You can export just the audio of your project. So I have this video that I want to export only the audio. All you need to do is to just go to Export. So you click on Export, then scroll down so you find this audio here. So all you need to do is to check the audio. Then you come to Format. Then you select the format that you want. So if you want to export only the audio, you have to scroll up to Video, then uncheck the video, else both the video and the audio we exported. Then when you are done, you just click on Export, and the audio will be saved onto your computer. And also in CapCut, you could export any video into GIF formats. So now want you just come and click on this box. Then you select the resolution that you want to use. Then when you're done, you click and export. Then your video will be exported in a GIF format. So this is how to export your videos in CapCut PC. So this is the interface of CapCut. So I'll just drag and drop this video onto the timeline. Then our first hack is how you can create a thumbnail using CapCut. So you have to come to this particular place. Then you click on it. So as you can see, the timeline window has opened. And you can have a lot of templates here you can use for your timeline. So depending on the thumbnail you want to create, you can choose any of the templates here, then use them to create the thumbnail you want. So let's go to trending. And as you can see, there are a lot of them here. If you go to fashion, there are a lot of them here. And also food. There are a lot of templates here you can use. So there is a new tab here called a test. So let's click on test. So if you want to add a text effect to your terminal, you can use this particular place. And also if you go to effects, there is a lot of test effects here you can use for your thumbnail. So if you want to use a particular thumbnail template, all you need to do is to just click on this download button here. So as you can see, there are a lot of templates here you can use for your videos. So you have to take note of the Pro template. So you can't use all the Pro template unless you have a Pro version of CapCut. So you can select anyone that you want, then make all the necessary editing for your thumbnail. So if you want a detailed tutorial on how to make thumbnails using CapCut, just leave a comment in the comment section, and I will make a tutorial about that for you. So let's move to the second hack. So our second hack is the compound clip. The compound clip allows you to merge videos or clips, text, and even effect together to form a single clip. So let me show you how you can do just that. So go to test. Then let's add a default test to the timeline. Then extend a test to match your main video. So type anything here, so I will just type test behind. So go to font. Then change the font to any font that you want. Then resize it. So let me make a duplicate of this particular clip. Then I will place it on top of my test. So let me go to remove background. Then remove the background from the video, so that the test will move behind our object. And as you can see, our test has moved behind our object. So let's say, if you want to combine all this into a single clip, all you need to do is to use the compound clip. So first you highlight your clip, right click, then click on create compound clip. So your test and your footages will be merged together, so you can do same with audios, effects, and transition. So let's move to the next hack. So if you are using CapCut and you've realized whenever you are editing is very slow, there is a settings in CapCut that you can use that can help you edit smoothly in CapCut. So let me show you where that setting is. So first go to menu here, then go to settings. So the settings window will pop up. Now go to performance. So come to proceed. So it is called Pro-C, so if you turn the Pro-C on, it will make your editing faster without losing any video quality. So just turn it on. If your computer struggles whenever you are editing using CapCut, so you can turn the proxy on, then you are good to go. And talking about editing smoothly in CapCut, there's a setting that will allow you to make your previews very smooth. So let me show you how you can do that also. If you want your preview to be smooth without lagging, all you need to do is to come to this 3 dash here, so let's click on it. Then you go to preview, so when you come to preview, you have to options, which is the best performance and the best quality. So if you are using a low-end PC and you want your preview to be a little bit fast, all you need to do is to select the best performance. So with the best performance, whenever you are previewing your video, the quality will be reduced, but it won't affect your videos when you are exporting them. So you just use best performance whenever your preview lags when you play them. So our next hack is how to change the layout of CapCut. So in CapCut, there are ways you can change the layout. So let me show you how you can do that. So come to this icon here. Then click on this arrow here. So as you can see, we have 4 options. We have the default, we have the media attribute and vertical. So you can change it to whatever you want. So if you want your media panel to take a huge space in your layout, you can select a media panel. And as you can see, our media panel has taken all this particular side. And also, if you are editing videos for TikTok or YouTube Short, and you want a bigger screen for 9:16, all you need to do is to use the vertical layout. So as you can see, our preview window is a little bit bigger. So whenever you are editing videos for TikTok, you can see it a lot better when you use the. So there are a lot of them here you can try, but I will stick to the default one. So let me select default. So in CapCut, you can also turn your text into speech. So let me show you how you can do that. So let's add a default text to the timeline. So I will extend it to match my video. So type anything that you want here. So after typing it here, what you need to do is to go to text to speech. So you select it. So there are lots of speeches here you can use for your videos. There are lots of them. And also take note of the Pro features. So if you are not using Pro, you can go with the free features Amazing Voices.
You're using the text-to-speech feature. Choose a voice you like.
And also the free version also have amazing voices that you can use. So you can select it. So just go through, then select what you want to use. So I will select professional male.
You're using the text-to-speech feature. Choose a voice you like.
Come and click on generate speech. So you wait for a while for CapCut to generate the speech for you. So let me play our speech and see.
Kindly subscribe, like and turn on the notification bell.
So you can also edit your audio. So you can select it. And when you come to the attribute panel, you can reduce the volume and also add in some fade in and fade out to your audio. And also, talking about how to turn your text into speech, I'm going to show you how you can add some captions to your videos. So let me show you how you can do just that. So you can go to Captions here. Then you come to spoken language. Then you select the language your audio is in. So mine is in English, so I will select English. So I will leave all these settings just like that. And as you can see, Caption is now a Pro feature. So before you can use Captions, unless you buy the Pro version of CapCut. So when you are done, just click on Generate. Then wait for a while for your caption to be generated for you. So as you can see, these are captions. And also you can edit your captions. So if you go to test, you can come to font, then you can select any font style that you want. You can also place it at anywhere that you want to place it. You can also add some animations to your caption. So you can go to animation and add any animation that you want. And in CapCut, Captions has a special animation that you can use for your captions. So you can click on Captions here. Then you can use all the animations here for your captions. So take note of the Pro versions. So if you are using the free version, you have to go with the free version. And also if you already have the Pro version of CapCut, you can use the Pro version. And also you can come to Captions, then edit your captions here. And let me show you how you can change the voice of any audio using CapCut. So if you want to change the voice, you just select your audio, then come to Voice Changer. So there are lots of them here you can use. So let me download Energetic. So as you can see, our voice has changed. So you can use any voice here for your audio. If you want to change the voice of your audio, You can use the voice changer feature in CapCut to do just that. So in CapCut, when you are editing and you want to make a multiple split very fast, I'm going to show you a better way you can do it using CapCut. So first, all you need to do is to press the B on the keyboard. And as you can see, the icon will change into a blade icon, which is the split tool. So this will allow you to make a split with just one click. But let me show you how you can make a multiple split without even moving the playhead. So what you need to do is to come to this particular site, then click on turn on preview as is. So you just click on it. So what this particular tool does is, whenever you hover over your video, it will preview your video on the preview window. So you can make all the split that you want to make, even without moving the playhead. So you can make multiple splits with just one click, without moving your playhead. And also, let's say you've made a lot of multiple clips, and you want to select a lot of them. And in the traditional way, if you want to select multiple clips just like this, unless you highlight. But I'm going to show you a better way to do just that. So if you want to select multiple clips, you don't need to highlight them. So just come to this particular place. Then click on it, then you can see select right word. So as you can see, our cursor has changed into two arrows pointing to the right. So let's say I want to select all the videos from this particular place. To the right, all you need to do is just one click. And all the videos has been selected. Then you can move it to wherever you want to move your videos to. And also, if you want to select all the videos on the left side from this particular place, what you need to do is you just go to the arrow again. Then select leftward, so just click on it. Then with one click, all your videos has been selected. And you can move them to anywhere that you want. But take note that whenever you are using the select right word and then select left word, when you have text or even audios, it will be selected with your footages. So take note of that. CapCut also have a library, which consists of many assets that you can use in your videos. So you can come to stock materials here. Then as you can see, there are lots of assets here you can use. We have green screen, we have black backgrounds, and also white background that you can use in your videos for free. So just download them. And also whenever you are using them, take note of the Pro version. So before you can use the Pro version unless you have a Pro version of CapCut. So you can just drag and drop them into your timeline. Then use it for anything you want to use it for. So if you have any issues, then drop it in the comment section. And if you like this video, then subscribe and like the video. See you in the next tutorial.